A sweet elderly couple in their 90s were starting to struggle a bit with their memory. At their regular checkup, the doctor reassured them that they were doing fine physically, but suggested they start writing things down to help remember little details. That evening, as they relaxed watching TV, the husband got up and headed toward the kitchen. "Would you like anything while I'm up?" he asked his wife. "Yes, I'd love a bowl of ice cream," she replied. "Got it." "Maybe you should write it down," she gently suggested. "Nah, I can remember ice cream." "Well, I'd like strawberries on top." "Better write that down." "Ice cream with strawberries. Easy," he said confidently. "Oh, and whipped cream too," she added. "Please write it down so you don't forget." A little irritated, he said, "I've got it. Ice cream, strawberries, whipped cream. No need to write it down." Off he went. 20 minutes later, he came back with a plate of bacon and eggs. She looked at the plate, then back at him. "Where's my toast?" A little old lady calls 911. When the operator answers, she yells, "Send the police to my house right away. There's a damn Democrat on my front porch and he's playing with himself." "Can you repeat that, ma'am?" the operator asks. "I said there is a damn Democrat on my front porch playing with himself. And I'm afraid. Please send the police," the little old lady repeats. "Ma'am," the operator replies, "we'll dispatch a unit to your place as soon as possible. But how do you know he's a Democrat?" "Because, you damn fool. If it was a Republican, he'd be screwing somebody." 3 retired ladies were enjoying the sunshine outside their senior living community when an elderly gentleman strolled by with a proud posture. One of the ladies called out with a twinkle in her eye, "Hey there, we bet we can guess your age exactly." The gentleman laughed. "Oh, really? I doubt that." The other lady leaned forward and said, "Just humor us. Turn around, spin in a circle, and hop twice. We'll tell you your exact age." Curious and slightly amused, the man shrugged and did as they asked. 1 spin, 2 hops. The ladies huddled dramatically, whispered a bit, and then turned to him and shouted, "You're 8, get it?" Stunned, he stared at them. "How did you guess that?" "That's exactly right." With grins all around, one of the ladies winked and said, "Easy, we were at your birthday party yesterday. You danced with all 3 of us." Moral of the story: never underestimate a group of retired women, especially if they've seen your dance moves. A man runs into the vet's office carrying his dog, screaming for help. The vet rushes him back to an examination room and has him put his dog down on the examination table. The vet examines the still, limp body and after a few moments tells the man that his dog, regrettably, is dead. The man, clearly agitated and not willing to accept this, demands a second opinion. The vet goes into the back room and comes out with a cat and puts the cat down next to the dog's body. The cat sniffs the body, walks from head to tail poking and sniffing the dog's body, and finally looks at the vet and meows. The vet looks at the man and says, "I'm sorry, but the cat thinks that your dog is dead too." The man is still unwilling to accept that his dog is dead. The vet brings in a black Labrador. The lab sniffs the body, walks from head to tail, and finally looks at the vet and barks. The vet looks at the man and says, "I'm sorry, but the lab thinks your dog is dead too." The man, finally resigned to the diagnosis, thanks the vet and asks how much he owes. The vet answers, $650. $650 to tell me my dog is dead? Exclaimed the man. "Well," the vet replies, "I would only have charged you $50 for my initial diagnosis. The additional $600 was for the CAT scan and lab tests." A new teacher was trying to make use of her psychology courses. She started her class by saying, "Everyone who thinks they're stupid, stand up." After a few seconds, little Johnny stood up. The teacher said, "Do you think you're stupid, little Johnny?" Little Johnny replied, "No, ma'am, but I hate to see you standing there all by yourself." Little Johnny attended a horse auction with his father. He watched as his father moved from horse to horse, running his hands up and down the horse's legs and rump and chest. After a few minutes, Johnny asked, "Dad, why are you doing that?" His father replied, "Because when I'm buying horses, I have to make sure that they are healthy and in good shape before I buy." Johnny, looking worried, said, "Dad, I think the UPS guy wants to buy Mom." My wife and I went into town to do a little shopping. When we came back out, we saw a police officer writing a parking ticket on a car near the store. I walked up and said, "Come on, officer, how about giving a couple of senior citizens a break?" He completely ignored me and kept writing. So I said, "You butthead." That got his attention. He looked up, glared at me, and started writing another ticket. For worn-out tires. My wife joined in, calling him a jerk. He added another ticket. This little dance went on for 20 minutes. The more we insulted him, the more tickets he wrote. By the end, he looked like he was trying to break some kind of record. He finally slapped a whole stack of tickets on the windshield, gave us one last dirty look, and stormed off. Just then, our bus pulled up. Yep, not our car, not our problem. We got on the bus and went home laughing. Now that we're retired, we try to have a little fun every day. Life's short. Might as well enjoy it while we still have the energy. And free bus passes. A bloke starts his new job at the zoo and is given 3 tasks. First is to clear the exotic fish pool of weeds. As he does this, a huge fish jumps out and bites him. To show who is boss, he beats it to death with a spade. Realizing his employer won't be best pleased, he disposes of the fish by feeding it to the lions, as lions will eat anything. Moving on to the second job of clearing out the chimp house, he is attacked by the chimps who pelt him with coconuts. He swipes at 2 chimps with a spade, killing them both. What can he do? Feed them to the lions, he says to himself, because lions eat anything. He hurls the corpses into the lion enclosure. He moves on to the last job, which is to collect honey from the South American bees. As soon as he starts, he is attacked by the bees. He grabs the spade and smashes the bees to a pulp. By now, he knows what to do and shovels them into the lion's cage because lions eat anything. Later that day, a new lion arrives at the zoo. It wanders up to another lion and says, "What's the food like here?" The lion says, "Absolutely brilliant. Today we had fish and chimps with mushy bees."